Renz 510 Radio.
This is 510 Radio.
Yes, sir. We back at it again. Episode 28. Cali on fire. 2PACALYPSE, Oakland 91. Backdraft to the future. NFL playoffs, NBA trade season in motion, but don't let that distract you from the fact that they just closed 2 fire stations in Oakland.
Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass is being questioned for her handling of the city's fire department well before the wildfires broke out.
Here in the Bay Area, Oakland is having a heated discussion about how prepared the city is for its own catastrophe with the recent closure of 2 fire stations in the Oakland Hills. Today, why public safety officials in Oakland are sounding the alarm on cost-saving measures that they say put residents at risk.
Right in the hills. Right in the area that's been prone to the wildfires. Back in 1991, the Great Firestorm of the Oakland Hills killed 25 people and injured 150 others. The strong windy conditions were severe and even blew ashes across the bay in the Candlestick Park, where the Niners were playing the Detroit Lions on the afternoon of October 20th. I dug up into the archives on this event due to the recent tragedies that happened in LA. Homeowners insurance companies canceling policies right before the disaster. And with many eyewitnesses seeing random arsonists with torches emerging from the smoke, one has to wonder if the LA fire was a planned event. Rumors of a cover-up about the sexual misconduct of certain celebrities and this being a way to get rid of the evidence, or the theory of the implementation of a smart city and the fire being a way to take over the land and jumpstart the project. We as regular civilians will never know and should never fully trust those in power and those that are in control. So now, why is Oakland closing up to 7 fire stations by February?
City of Oakland, residents of Oakland, we need your help. Last week, Fire Station 25 and Fire Station 28 closed. A few minutes ago, I decided on the District 4 Fire Station closure town hall on Zoom. And one of the actionable items that they provided for us, and I'm sharing to you guys, is to act now and send a letter to the Oakland City Administrator and the City Council to reopen these fire stations and to stop the closure of more fire stations to help Oakland. If you didn't know, a fire just happened last night, and due to the closure of one of the stations, it took 11 minutes for the fire station to arrive at the house. By the time they got there, it was already too late. So it is very important that you access this link. I'm going to provide it to you right now. Website is firesafeoakland.com, and you can provide your details and then start writing to Oakland to make sure that these fire stations reopen. Because of what just happened in Oakland last night and what just happened in LA, this is super important. So please go to firesafeoakland.com and fill this out. Thank you guys.
The short answer is money. Budget cuts to help balance the city's budget but will ultimately leave the town vulnerable if a catastrophic fire or, heaven forbid, a major earthquake causes devastation to an area that's already suffering due to the economy, crime, and homelessness. A few weeks later, on November 12, 1991, Tupac Shakur released the album 2PACALYPSE Now. The album was recorded in Richmond, California at Starlight Sound Studio with production by Digital Underground. With the Oakland Hills burning down a few weeks prior, this album was like a soundtrack for the Black experience in hoods across America, but especially here at home in the East Bay. It's like the streets were tired of the poverty, racism, inequality, police brutality, drugs, and violence terrorizing the Black community, and the fire was like a way to get the upper class to wake up.
3 years ago, almost to the day, the results were very different. So we have to give kudos to the teams on the ground.
On October 19th, 1991, the tunnel fire in the Oakland Hills killed 25 people and destroyed nearly 3,500 homes.
The fires burned through the Berkeley Hills, crossing Highway 13 and Highway 24, and eventually torching hundreds of homes in the wealthy East Oakland, Montclair, and Piedmont neighborhoods. The fire originated from a small gas fire in the Berkeley Hills that grew to destroy 1,520 acres, burning down 2,843 homes and 437 apartment buildings. The total loss was estimated at $1.5 billion. Eventually, the city rebounded and rebuilt using fire-resistant materials while navigating housing shortages and insurance claims. Does art imitate life? Ironically, the movie BACKDRAFT, also released that year in 1991, depicted arsonists setting fires in Chicago. This was the first movie I've seen showing the devastation of fires and how quickly they can spread. That same month, the East Bay Fire, October 1991, Tupac was stopped, harassed, and beaten by Oakland police for jaywalking.
They committed a crime? They committed a crime or something? No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Don't even talk to him, because he's just doing too much for me.
He was slammed to the ground and arrested near 17th and Broadway in downtown Oakland. Also that same year, March 3rd, 1991, Rodney King was driving on the LA highway, pulled over for speeding, and brutally beaten after being neutralized by a stun gun.
Listen very closely to what he said about the cops who beat Rodney King.
Just go back to LA. We don't want you over here.
It sends a bad message. It says it's okay to go ahead and beat somebody when they're down and kick the crap out of them. If it's not videotaped, don't worry about it. Another brother officer won't turn you in. And if a brother officer does turn you in, don't worry. We'll get white jurors or whoever it takes, and you'll walk. And you're protected by the system. You're backed up by the system. And the fact that it would happen here or happen anywhere is disgusting. It's a good time, folks. If you got a plane ticket, cash it in and get the heck out of Dodge.
The race relations in America were very tense during this era, and it came to a boiling point about a year later in '92 after those same officers were acquitted for the beating. This led to the LA riots, which lasted for 6 days as people stood up, protested, burned, and revolted against the city's injustice, seeking justice for Rodney King. Prior to the riots, a gang truce was formed in LA between the Bloods and the Crips. As they united, a united front was formed in reaction to the acquittal verdict and years of injustices against African Americans dating back to the Civil Rights era and beyond. Tupac's music video Trap premiered September 25th, '91, depicting his encounter with police brutality in Oakland. Was it art imitating life, a prophecy of things to come, or just a reflection of reality still relevant to this day in 2025? With today's current economic climate, jobs being replaced by AI, and housing and homelessness challenges, are we headed for another firestorm? We've got to ask. Whether it's sparked by weather conditions or civil unrest, fire departments should not be closed. We need to educate ourselves and protect our East Bay soil. I appreciate y'all for tuning in again one more time. It's your boy, Renz Jr. I'll see y'all next time on the next episode of East Bay Kings Podcast right here on Renz 510 Radio, 510radio.com. All right, y'all next time.